Matt Lenihan Boxing Social in association with Forge Irish Stout, Right to Fight and freebets.com. We're here, Callum Simpson, my first interview of 2024. It's been a pleasure. You've invited me down. I've watched you spar Liam Cameron. Liam's obviously making a huge comeback, 4 years out the ring, had a fight last year and he's looking to kick on, but both give a good account of yourself there. How are you feeling? I know you were eager to sort of get going.
Yeah, firstly, Happy New Year. Good to have you down. Good first sparring camp with Liam Cameron. I think it was funny because I went phone to my dad yesterday and one about sparring him. The last time I sparred him was 9 years ago over in Sheffield. My dad did one of those white collar charity matches.
Yes.
So my dad was training at his gym and obviously we've got a bit of sparring. So yeah, I would have been about 18 back when I sparred him. So yeah, I've come on a lot since and obviously he's been out for a bit but he's back now. He's doing really well. He's obviously at Steel City. Coming on a lot, so yeah, good to see him finally after all these years and get some good rounds in. Yeah, so like I say, yeah, good first sparring camp. Just waiting for a fight date to be confirmed. We're looking at getting at end of Feb, and yeah, so yeah, first sparring camp, good to go.
Before we come on to you, just touch on him just a little bit. Obviously, Yorkshire boys, you mentioned you've had that spar before, all them years ago, 9 years ago. From the outside looking in, are you one of them who was like, you know what? Although you've shared the rounds there, you want to see him do well for everything he's been through. We see a lot of things happen in the sport of boxing. He's had that 4-year ban. He's been very open about everything he went through. And everyone thinks in agreement about how ridiculous the length of that ban was. You'd like to see him do well, wouldn't you? Yeah,
of course, mate. We're both South Yorkshire lads. He's Sheffield, I'm from Barnsley. And he's the same as me as a working class lad. Boxing's his life. He's put his life into boxing. And to see what happened to him, it's a shame. He's got kids, he's got a family he needs to provide for. So yeah, and like I said, he's just a sound kid as well, mate. So why would I not want to see him do well? So it's good to see that now. He's on that. He's through what he had to get through, and he's on the way back up now. So yeah, I want to see him do well, mate. Definitely.
Well, look, big implications for you coming up. There's a fight. I think we spoke about it just before Christmas. Obviously, Zach Chelli and Jack Cullen, terrific fight. But you're next in line for whatever happens there. How eager are you now to start collecting belts, collecting straps? I know that this year was one of them things for you where it's like, look, this is the start of it now. Let them two have their fight and then that's it. I'm up next. Is that definitely next for you, or do you think there'll be a defence WBA? What do you think's coming up?
Yeah, so for me, yeah, like I said, firstly, they're fighting on the 20th of January, so I'll be ringside for that. Hopefully getting the ring with a winner, try and build the fight up. But I believe I'm going to be defending my WBA first, end of February. Just waiting for the date to be confirmed in the venue, and then after that, I'll be fighting the winner of that fight. So whether it's Cullen or Chelli, I believe I beat them both. I think it will be the hardest fight of my career. They both got their own strengths. They possess different strengths and different challenges for me. But I believe I've got what it takes to beat either of them. I've just got to make sure I train hard and that I turn up and put on a good show.
A lot of people say boxing's about timing. You've obviously had them fights where you're bulldozing people over, but you've also had them fights where it's gone the distance and you've had to work out, how do I sort of manage through kind of thing without just getting someone out of there? Because you've clearly got that dog in you where if you need to go to the trenches, you quite happily will do. But you've also shown that you can outbox fighters, and obviously you've been working on stuff like that in sparring. Do you feel now that the timing's right, that you're sort of becoming more of a complete package rather than just that guy who's obviously you've got dynamite in both hands?
Yeah, definitely. Everyone knows I can. I like to go forward, put the pressure on, and be aggressive. But there's going to be a lot, especially now as I step up in levels. There's going to be times I need to box on the back foot, or just box in general, box a bit more slick. And the main thing for me, working with Mark, is becoming a complete fighter. Not just someone that goes forward and aggressive, someone that can box on the back foot, that can do it all really at any range, whether it's close range, we're boxing out, mid range, anything. I need to be able to do it all because depending on who I'm fighting, they're going to possess different kind of challenges, puzzles to solve. So yeah, we need to be able to do it all and be a complete fighter.
Is that hard for you at times? When you look at it, because I've seen, like I said, I've seen you spar, very very good spar, obviously both of you. But do you know when you're in that fight? Are you sort of at loggerheads with yourself and you're like, you know what, I really want to flick that switch and sort of just let it all out kind of thing? Do you sort of, or are you at ease with it now? Because obviously in your corner, Mark's like, look, step back, do this, do that. Do you still find that hard sometimes when you want to let go?
Yeah, I think especially if, like my last two fights, the boys Crichton, I was a little bit too eager trying to get him out of there, rushed my work a lot, and then my last fight with Macias that went 10 rounds, I was almost the opposite. I just want to show my team that, look, I can box on the back foot, I can box going forward. I'm not just rushing forward. I have to be a lot more a lot more strategical about how I did my work, and a lot more, just think a lot more and be able to box properly, a lot more controlled performance. So I think I showed that. So I've told Mark, I've shown him I can box. I'm going back to knockouts now. I haven't got time to win 10 rounds.
Do you believe whoever wins, obviously Zach Chelli, Jack Cullen, Jack's going for an extremely good victory as well. Do you believe that whoever you fight out of them two, that you get them out of there?
Definitely. I believe that. I don't think Chelli's been stopped before. I know Cullen has. And I believe if I fight Chelli, I'll be the first to stop him. If I fight Cullen, I believe I'll stop him. Like I said, I don't think they're walkovers at all. They're both solid British level fighters. It'll be interesting to see how that fight goes as well. But I know what I can do. I know what I've done in the gym. I know what I can do in fights. And I believe if I turn up on the night, doing what I can, I'll get either of them out there.
Now look, sparring, and people have good days and bad days, but everyone, myself included, and we always go back to, you've sparred Artur Beterbiev, and you've obviously sparred the likes of DAZN, you've sparred a lot of, world level fighters. Do you, when you say, what, I will get them out of there, is that from confidence you've taken of, sparring these guys who are at world level, that you just know that that's in you? Is that where you sort of get that from?
Yeah, mate, from sparring, from training hard, from working hard, my ability, whether it's technique I'm working on or like certain game plans, and just overall, as a boxer, my ability, and obviously confidence from sparring. Obviously, I get a lot of confidence from that, like Beterbiev elite, pound for pound, top 3, I reckon. I believe he beats Bivol as well. And but yeah, I know that might be controversial, but yeah, it's fighting Smith this week, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so I'm fighting. I've been sparring all. I want phone to be dad again yesterday about when I was sparring Liam Cameron when I was like 18 years old. He just won like an IBF junior title or something, or Commonwealth, I think it was. And I was sparring him. I was doing really good against him. And it's I've been sparring all these top names, world champions, elite world champions, British, Commonwealth, European. And how good I've been doing that. And my time's going to come. We're not far from that British title fight. Hopefully, if I fight one of them two, it should be British and Commonwealth. So yeah, I'm not far from that now.
We often see in the sport of boxing, there's that performance, that moment, and I feel like obviously boxers are doing a very good job at sort of doing what they do, promoting you, sort of hyping up, saying, look, this is the next guy, the kid from Barnsley who wants to put on for his town. I know how much it'd mean to you to have the fight in Barnsley, but do you see this British title fight as your moment where sort of you open the eyes to the wider public, maybe the casual fan who's tuning in to watch it and going, look, this kid's the next one kind of thing for British boxing? Because there's a lot of fighters who are on the way out, but when you look especially through the heavyweights, like your Joshua's, your Furies, they're all in the late 30s, and we're in England, from Yorkshire yourself, look, Josh Warrington, probably a couple of fights left, 2, 3 at the most. All these fighters, do you look and go, what, there's a gap here, and that's for you to kind of exploit? Is that what you see?
Definitely, mate. I want to be the next superstar, the boxing superstar from England, Yorkshire, and I want to be the face of Sky Sports boxing as well, British boxing. And like I said, this next 6 months I believe is going to be massive for me. Hopefully get that fight end of Feb, and then if I can win the British and Commonwealth early summer, it's going to be a big year.
Well, look, I've got to get a couple of predictions. Callum Smith, a lot of people have to and froed from this on this fight. I know your light was probably with Beterbiev because you sparred him, but obviously I know you've sparred a lot of people. But Beterbiev Smith coming up, how do you see the fight going personally? I know you've obviously shared rounds, but honestly, what do you think happens?
I think it depends on what Callum Smith turns up on the night, but I believe probably Beterbiev late stoppage. I think similar to Yard, Callum Smith, comes and tries to put that pressure on, and boxer obviously is a great boxer. Callum Smith, he's got power as well. I think he'll do well for the first half of the fight, but I think Beterbiev will probably come on a bit strongly and probably stop him, I think.
Okay. Well, look, Callum, it's been a pleasure catching up. I appreciate you letting me come and watch sparring. Not everyone lets members of the media come and watch sparring, so I thank you for that. Look forward to seeing your fight announcements. I know you want to get going, ideally the end of February, and then you've got that huge British title clash, which I know you've been longing for. So look, appreciate you giving us some of this time, and we'll catch up very soon.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you coming down.
we need to think of a new advert for freebets.com.
Get your best betting offers from freebets.com.
Yeah, that'll do.
The following deals are now live.